the nuclear program back by a few months.
President Trump is calling out the left after intelligence about the U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear sites was leaked to the press. The president posting, quote, "The Democrats are the ones who leaked the information on the perfect flight to the nuclear sites in Iran. They should be prosecuted." The FBI is now investigating the leak, and the White House is now tightening its circle, saying they will limit access to classified information to Congress. Senators did receive a closed-door classified briefing yesterday. It was led by CIA Director John Ratcliffe, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and Joint Chiefs Chair General Dan Kane. But Republicans and Democrats remain divided over Iran's nuclear capabilities after the strikes.
Fox's Brooke Singman, Democratic senators also remain doubtful following a classified briefing about the strikes, called for more information. America's listening to Fox News.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
The Supreme Court expected to release its final 6 opinions today as it wraps up its term for the summer.
The court has 6 cases left, including one that will determine if federal judges can issue nationwide injunctions, rulings that temporarily stop a rule or law from taking effect, but apply it to the whole country. 3 judges issued such injunctions after the president signed an order ending birthright citizenship. The court may not issue a ruling today on it, though, since they heard arguments later in the term. Another significant ruling includes one that will determine if religious parents can opt out of having certain books read to their children at school. Thursday, one of the more significant rulings had the justices siding with the state of South Carolina's rule that bars Medicaid dollars from being spent at Planned Parenthood because the agency performs abortions. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Trial of Brian Kohberger, who's accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022, is ready to begin. Fox's Shanley Painter.
After a recent closed-door hearing where Brian Kohberger's defense was supposed to present evidence connecting others to the crime, the judge didn't buy it, saying, quote, "The evidence defendant has offered purporting to establish the 4 individuals as alternate perpetrators objectively fails to meet the Meister standard. Namely, the evidence is entirely irrelevant. Nothing links these individuals to the homicides." A last-minute attempt by his lawyers to delay his August trial also failed after the judge issued an order denying his request for more time.
Now, Kohberger could face the death penalty if he is convicted. And U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says the country is pulling its support from the Vaccines Alliance, Gavi, saying the organization ignored the science and lost the public trust. Kennedy mentioned the partnership with World Health Organization during COVID-19, accusing them of silencing dissenting views and legitimate questions about vaccine safety. Gavi said in a statement Thursday that the utmost concern is the health and safety of children. I'm Gianna Jalusi. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
And happy Friday, another finally Friday edition of the Valley's Morning News. It's now June 27th, 2025, along with show producer Fred Cruz. I'm Sergio Sanchez. We got AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine, who wrote a forecast for this coming Monday. He said highs would be like in the upper 80s, like 88 on Monday. What? Where's that coming from? Also, we got a chance of rain for the weekend, so Jeffrey Nordine on standby for 7:08. Please join us. In the news, a big heads up from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. If you are driving a recent model, 2025 model, Ford Motor F250, F350, or 450, or F550 Super Duty truck, heads up. A major announcement right now. There is an order that has been issued to stop driving those trucks. there might be a hydraulic brake system malfunction. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says there's some type of spring in the braking system that is missing. It was probably not installed. And again, 2025 model F250 and 350 and 450 and 550 Super Duty Ford trucks. You need to stop driving those. Get them checked at your dealership ASAP. At 7:06 on the Valley's Morning News. SpaceX is responding to Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum and her threat of legal action against our neighbor, Elon Musk, and SpaceX, saying that recent big explosion at Starbase, her words, contaminated northern Mexico. SpaceX pushing back on the claim in social media, saying that any debris that wound up on Mexican beaches is non-toxic, and is asking the Mexican government to help in recovering any debris. At 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. There's a new push to use more military on our border in our area.
The Defense Department setting up more of what are called national defense areas. It's where the military can detain illegal immigrants for trespassing on what is considered an extension of a military base. Senator John Cornyn says the president is following through with a promise to secure the southern border.
Establishment of the national defense areas is an appropriate way to protect our border and to protect the nation.
One of the new zones will be in Texas, making it the second in the Lone Star State. Another of the new zones will be in Arizona. The Air Force said this week that members of a joint task force will be on patrol.
As early as today, the U.S. High Court could release its decision on whether a new Texas law that requires age verification to access online pornography is unconstitutional.
President Trump tried to get rid of birthright citizenship via executive order on his first day back in office, but it's enshrined in the Constitution. Austin immigration attorney Kate Lincoln Goldfinch says the court is ruling on the power of the lower courts.
This power to issue nationwide injunctions is a really important and key one for the judiciary to be able to put the brakes on aggressive policies that the Trump administration is rolling out.
She says if the high court rules federal courts shouldn't have that level of power, the issue could depend on the rulings of various federal courts nationwide. For example, people in Texas, where it could be abolished by a more conservative court, may have to move to states such as California, where the more liberal court would allow it to remain. Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
Time is 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. And if somehow you, I don't know how, but if you developed a taste for lab-grown meat, lab-grown beef, or lab-grown chicken, you developed a taste for that, it's now against the law. It will be against the law in Texas. You have to go somewhere else. We don't do that in Texas. September 1st, that law kicks in. We'll talk about that after AccuWeather. I want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. Purina Feed, it is the best. That's why Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch, they carry it. Certified dealer for Purina Feed, Martin Farm and Ranch in Edinburgh. I was joking. Jeffrey Nordine from AccuWeather joining us. I was joking with Freddie earlier, Jeffrey. Hey, look at that. Jeffrey put highs upper 80s on Monday. So let's start there. What is all that about? Upper 80s on Monday.
That's just a fluke. A little bit of a lower temperature and a bit of a breeze. The winds are still out of the southeast, so there's no wind change. It's simply a little bit of cloud cover.
Okay, it's just not the tail end of some cool front like we had a few days back, like in the middle of summer. Okay.
No, because actually it's kind of funny. The wind direction every day is southeast. So it's just kind of a fluke.
Good. Well, we'll look forward to that fluke. and maybe some rain this weekend, right? You got some rain for us this weekend?
I do. So a stray thunderstorm possible Sunday, more or less, hit or miss. But if it hits, it could be about a quarter of an inch. So definitely something to pay attention to on radar. Tuesday, another round of showers, and then we have a couple spotty on Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like the holiday coming up, 4th of July, Friday, is looking pretty good.
Sunny, you say pretty good sunny skies.
Yes.
For fireworks.
A little bit of cloud cover, but then it's clear in the overnight, so that's when it matters, because that's when you want to see the, fireworks.
A tropical coverage 2025. What do the computers tell you this morning?
Well, we have a couple things. So we're still not looking at much from July 4th through 7th. That's kind of, the impacts right now. However, There is a low risk for some development off of the Bay of Campeche late this weekend, early next week. And to put it bluntly, it's very much a low risk. But that being said, if something does happen in the next couple of days, so June 29th through 30th, it would be maybe a rainstorm at worst right now.
Okay, yeah. That's the thing about that, like what we call it, the tropical cradle, right? I don't know, or something, wind direction changes and something happens, right? It's all of a sudden you get something on radar, some little blip, and some little system sends some rain. We're kind of used to that around here, and we expect it from the Bay of Campeche.
Yeah,
something close every now and then. All right, let's check so highs today will be, let's say, mid-90s. Same thing tomorrow. Same low 90s on Sunday, and thunder shower possibility. Pretty much anywhere it might pop up for the weekend, right? That's the scenario.
Are you talking about Texas travel?
No, for us. Down here.
Yeah, for Sunday it's widespread.
Okay, yeah, we got a little cell of rain yesterday, McAllen, Edinburgh. It was like those little spots that pop up every now and then. We got it right over the city, right over McAllen, a little bit of Edinburgh yesterday, kind of moving into Texas.
And there it is, 11/10 of an inch. Edinburgh, just east of, got 3/10.
Let's see. On the menu for today, we got National Ice Cream Cake Day, and a big hug and a kiss to all the gang over Dairy Queen. They make.
I was going to say, are you going to go there?
DQ, absolutely. Ice Cream Cake Day. Onions. It's National Onion Day.
I had some actually today and yesterday. So I had shish kebab and chili today.
Yeah, you got a barbecue around here. You got a barbecue going on. We foil them up, put them inside the pit, get them all cooked up, take them out, put some lemon and salt on it.
Roasted onions?
Yeah, roasted onions. Real good, yeah. And it's also National Pineapple Day
today. Okay, well, that doesn't belong on pizza, so we know where it goes.
No, see, I knew you were going to go there. What? All right, pal, call you next hour. Thank you, weather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine. The U.S. and China have reached a deal over rare earth minerals.
President Trump said Thursday a deal had been signed the day before, with the White House confirming it would help both countries reach an understanding over how to expedite shipments to the U.S. Western companies have had difficulties getting the rare earth metals they need from Beijing. In the U.S., China has been carefully looking at buyers to make sure that rare earth metals aren't being used by the military. I'm Mark Mayfield.
City of Mission getting the blessing from the state. City of Mission will be moving its municipal elections. Normally they take place in May. They will move those to the month of November. And if you're looking for lab-grown, cultured meat, lab-grown meat in Texas, you'll be hard-pressed. It'll be on the black market, I'm sure. September 1st, new law kicks into Texas. No more lab-grown meat for human consumption in the state of Texas. Time 7:14. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Hey, stick around. Might your business benefit from the newly created Space Industry Accelerator in South Texas? Conversation with the Community Improvement Corporation of Brownsville, Nathan Burkhart, up next. You might be surprised, perhaps, whatever it is that you do for a living, you might be able to benefit from the space industry or retrofit whatever you do to benefit and feed into the space industry. That's next on 710 KURV.
Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic, available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or at your local CVS.
Built to perform, backed by ASCO. Right now, get 0% APR financing for up to 72 months on new compact Hitachi excavators and wheel loaders with approved credit. Whether you're digging, lifting, or loading, Hitachi delivers the performance you need, and ASCO delivers a service you can count on. Need equipment? We're on it at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com. Financing terms and conditions apply. See ASCO for details.
When guys like me separate from the military, we tried to move forward. But to truly move forward, we need to take care of our bodies and our minds. I finally understood that after I went to VA. I saw the difference it made to have providers who understood what I've been through and know how to help. I'm getting the highest quality health care at the lowest cost. And I'm telling every veteran I know that taking care of yourself is the strongest thing you can do. Get what you've earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Brian Kilmeade here. After my show, weekday afternoons at 2, stay tuned for the 956 Drive Home with Zach and Davis starting at 4 on News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
This is the one and only radio station in all of South Texas for Houston Astros play-by-play. Hope you can join us. We got King Tuck, Kyle Tucker coming home. Yep, Chicago Cubbies. Tonight, 6:40 pregame from Houston. Of course, catch the weekend games as well. Chicago Cubs at Houston Astros baseball, made possible by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. Big thank you as well to the Mission Economic Development. Joining us today, Nathan Burkhart. Welcome him back. He's with the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation. Nate, I understand you got what they call a space accelerator. So let's start there. What's going on, Nate?
Yeah, we just partnered with the Space Foundation in partnership with Cameron County and Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation. This is actually the first time we've worked with Cameron County in at least the last 6 years, so we're really excited about this new partnership. And the entire premise is to provide advanced space accelerator training program for businesses that want to enter into space adjacent type of companies. Everyone, when they think of space, they think they need to be creating satellites or training astronauts or making rockets. But there's so much more that goes into space, everything from filtration for air to agriculture to food. There's always adjacent related companies. And we want to invest in individuals in our hometown here in the Rio Grande Valley to get a part of the action with SpaceX now being here.
Okay, so is this accelerator being created as a funnel to try to provide training, maybe even some capital for some of these businesses that can feed into the developing, expanding aerospace industry?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Trying to get them to a point where they can scale and potentially even offer those services or provide business support services to SpaceX.
Yeah, there's so many different systems and services related to, the delivery of materials into space, eventually people and all that. So how many businesses are you working with right now? Muscle Metal's like ballpark figure, a handful, or is it more than that?
Well, we just opened up the program, but we'll be able to support 10 businesses.
Okay.
Once it's open.
Give me a sample again. You mentioned one example, but maybe help us understand what other type of industry could feed into this. You might be tuning into, somebody might be tuning in right now and saying, hey, I can do that. Or I can retrofit or change what I do in order to provide materials or services.
Or even if you're inspired to retrofit what's already out there. We've had a company through the eBridge Center retrofit the device that takes the carbon dioxide that astronauts breathe and turns it into oxygen. They reverse engineered that here in Brownsville in order to feed greenhouse gases. And that's a really popular thing when individuals are having to use diesel generators to pump carbon dioxide into their greenhouses. Now they can use this prototype that's been developed. It's already on a stage 2 prototype from a company here in Brownsville. So kind of taking those ideas, taking tech transfer license from NASA and trying to create something on your own. That's exactly what we want.
Sure. And this space accelerator, how might it help someone like that, some company like that to, like you say, scale up? Let's get it done. Let's connect.
You get one-on-one mentorship. You get individuals from the Space Commerce Institute of the Space Foundation in Colorado that will be providing this training. We have some really great partners here in Brownsville and in the Rio Grande Valley with UTRGV and Texas A&M. But we really wanted to partner with someone who's been in this business for well over 60, 50 years. And that's exactly the partner we found with both Space Foundation and Cameron County.
Okay, so Community Improvement Corporation there at Brownsville. Is this a service that's provided for free, or is there a tuition involved, or how does it work for anyone interested?
It is completely free, thanks in part to BCIC, the Greater Brownsville, as well as Cameron County. So it's free to those who apply and are accepted.
First come, first serve, right? First come, first serve. About 10 companies. All right. Yeah. Has SpaceX or anyone else maybe looking at the area, have they communicated to you, say, we're looking for this. Can you please find us local providers for XYZ?
With our partners at Greater Brownsville, they absolutely have. They got a really good win with that tier one supplier to provide that liquefied oxygen over to them. On our end, we're more focused on the entrepreneurial side. So we want to just find either space adjacent or even kind of individuals coming from SpaceX. Maybe they're feeling that burnout, or maybe they're excited about an idea or a problem they see there and want to develop something. We're here to do that and assist them so that they can do that here in the Rio Grande Valley.
With Brownsville Community Improvements Corporation, Nathan Burkhart is leading the charge. I understand you folks put together a 5-year plan. So tell me about that.
Yeah, we just on Monday approved our strategic plan for the next 5 years. Focuses on different varying areas, but it's still our 2 bread and butter options. That's our focus on entrepreneurship as well as quality of life projects for the city of Brownsville.
You mentioned GBIC, the Greater Brownsville incentives. I know, you guys are constantly talking with the county and the city. Any other collaborations, interesting projects you've got going on with the city, county, the economic development arm as well?
Well, Greater Brownsville has actually just become a partner of ours at the eBridge Center, which is a new concept. We've been open for 2 years, and with the new leadership over there with Gilbert, we're really excited to have them on board and have their name in the building and really kind of pour in and provide support for all of the programming that we're doing at the eBridge Center.
We can't say enough about eBridge. For folks driving around town, working for a living, what does eBridge do? I know, they're on that side of town. Near the zoo and off the freeway. What do they do at eBridge? What do you collect there? And who do you invite to participate over at eBridge?
It's the largest startup incubator and entrepreneurial resource center in the Rio Grande Valley. A lot of people think you got to be a tech company to be a startup and get some assistance. Any sort of company that you can think of, food entrepreneurship, medical, healthcare. We want to help you create the best version of your own business. And almost everything there is free. It's the incubation there is provided by UTRGV. The programs are sponsored by BCIC and sometimes with partnerships like Texas A&M. And our resources are open to everybody in the entire Rio Grande Valley. One of the best success stories we have, SupplyPay. They're an incubator member here out of the eBridge Center. But their home base is in Weslaco. A partner of theirs is McAllen. One of their developers is here in Brownsville. So they're truly a value-wide company. They were just with Richard Branson back in March, seeking funding and pitching to billionaires. Nice. That's kind of the pathway that an individual can take by getting that assistance here at the eBridge Center.
What's the name of that company again?
SupplyPay.
SupplyPay. What do they do?
They're a fintech company. They do invoice factoring for farmers in Latin America. They've been really, really successful. I think they're only about 1.5 years old, and they've already scaled to such great lengths that they have about 12 or 15 people hired. It's a really great success story, but it shows what's capable of happening here in the Rio Grande Valley because of our startup incubator like eBridge.
Oh my goodness, so many great stories developing. Hook me up, man. I'd love to interview them and tell folks what they do for a living. So are you working with local schools, colleges, the school district, any new programs? I know.
We've worked pretty closely with Los Fresnos Independent School District as well as BISD. And this fall, we're actually excited about doing a hackathon with BISD, looking at doing a Life on Mars simulator for up to 60 high school seniors, kind of showing them what's capable of happening in Brownsville, but also getting them excited about the industries we have down here.
Those are 2 separate things, right? The Life on Mars simulator, the sim, and the hackathon.
And a hackathon.
Which says everything, right? You're going to get these computer nerds to sit down and try to hack systems or software and things like that?
Give them a problem, get them inspired to try to fix it, and then see if there's a company they can create out of it.
My goodness. Tell me more about eBridge, how folks can join. Is it full? Again, it doesn't have to be high tech. It doesn't have to be computer-based, software-based. Is there room for folks to join you?
There's always room. We have plenty of memberships still available. We have programming every other month in different languages. So right now we're doing our Blueprint Business program. It's a 7-week course that teaches you everything from your ideation level of programming, how to build a business plan, financial projections, marketing assistance. Anybody who needs anything, they can get that assistance, particularly because of our partnership with UTRGV. And they also provide those same services in different cities as well, in Far and Mission and Edinburgh. But if you want to get some more information or great assistance, just come and visit us in downtown Brownsville.
All right. Website?
ebridgecenter.com.
Pretty easy. Nathan Burkhart, leading the charge at the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation. Of course, we have a separate arm of economic development, community development, which is the Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation. We speak with Gilbert from time to time. We're very thankful for leadership at City Hall. Our city manager, Helen Ramirez, just a phone call away. Our mayor as well, county judge. Lots of wonderful things happening from the Port of Brownsville to, of course, SpaceX and all the developing industry in the area. Thousands of jobs that are now there, thousands of openings, near future and presently and near future. Do you get a sense, do you feel a bit overwhelmed, Nathan, with the wave of investment and opportunity and jobs and demand for expansion of all sorts of industry and feeding into that at the moment? Because you and especially Gilbert, the Incentives Corporation, and you at Community Improvement, you guys are on the front lines to try to meet some of that. And of course, City Hall is trying to keep up with putting all the pipes and the roads and the lights, everything necessary to try to house everybody and bring everybody in.
Yeah, it's a really great problem to have, though. Busy work is good work. We're really excited to see all the different companies that are coming in. There's one from Abu Dhabi that's actually going to be joining our Space Accelerator program because they want to have a foothold here in the Valley. It's just more opportunity. I used to always say when I was growing up here, the best and brightest of us always have to leave and seek opportunity or education elsewhere. That's no longer the case. And we're trying to continue to build up that ecosystem that we have here in partnership with everyone you just mentioned, and really excited about all the opportunities we're bringing here.
Well, looking at the economy and how it is expanding rapidly from the Eagles Perch, is there something that you wish would happen in order to meet demand and help us prepare and maybe think ahead, prepare for what is coming? Because we got billions of dollars more to be invested at the port and, of course, with other industries feeding into whatever Elon Musk is doing, all those things.
Yeah. First two things that come to mind, tell anyone you know that's kind of about to graduate high school, look into mechanical engineering. We need a whole lot more mechanical engineers.
Okay.
And anybody you know who's interested in developing housing, we need a whole lot more housing too.
Okay. Well, I do hear a lot of programs, some at high school, and I think this is where perhaps at the local high schools, Harlingen, Brownsville, as you said, Los Fresnos, everybody else, maybe have more career technology. Anybody that can put a building together, construction, right? And all fields that feed into construction, electricity, plumbing, AC systems, all those things. Those are very much in demand. But yes, the engineering gigs, those will take a few more years. And I think the university is trying to ramp up on that one as well. They've got an advanced manufacturing center for that one as well. Anything else on your calendar you want folks to know? Anything else before I let you go?
We'll be doing a demo day for our Small Business Innovation Research Program in partnership with Texas A&M University. That'll be on September 9th. So it's a little ways away, but it'll be coming up in the next 8 weeks or so. This is a partnership we've had with Texas A&M for the last 3 years. Winners can get up to $40,000 in funding for their venture. Wow. It's really exciting, and we can't thank Texas A&M enough for being a partner in this the last 3 years.
You're leading that program as well, or is Texas A&M, or those are the folks to call about this?
That's our program in partnership with UTRGV.
Yeah, it looks like I need to bring you back here pretty soon to talk about that. That sounds interesting. The hackathon and the Life on Mars simulator, that'd be for the school district as soon as they ramp up, right? Later in the year.
Yeah, we have a meeting with the CTE directors next week. It'll be this coming semester.
All right. Well, that's a lot. Well, you definitely filled up this plate. We'll check in with you later. Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you, Sergio.
From the Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation, that's Nathan Burkhart. Be well. Thank you much for joining us on News Talk 710 KURV. Valley's Morning News for a Friday, your station for Astros baseball. And we got a check of sports up next.
Independence Day means a lot to the Valley, like family, fireworks, and freedom. Join the city of McAllen as we come together to launch the 97th Annual Independence Day celebration presented by HEB. The full day of excitement kicks off at 7 a.m. with the Independence 4K run at Archer Park, benefiting veteran health and wellness through Team RWB. The nonstop family fun continues with giant 4th of July floats seen in the Main Street Parade. Games, rides, and treats at the Freedom Festival at Archer Park, followed by a chance to cool off at the Aquatica Extravaganza, taking place at Municipal Pool. McAllen's Independence Day celebration presented by HEB concludes at Municipal Park with food trucks, 6 p.m. live entertainment by Desert Bloom and the Texas Storm Band, and closes with an unforgettable concert in the sky at 9 p.m. July 4th in McAllen. Follow us on social media at McAllen Parks and visit McAllenParks.net to plan your full day of fun.
Payne Commercial and Fleet has work solutions ready to maximize productivity and economy for your business. Payne Commercial and Fleet offers sales and lease options, custom options, specialized maintenance plans, plus on-site appraisals. Come see our selection of Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Volkswagen, and Mitsubishi vehicles, including cars, trucks, SUVs, and heavy-duty trucks, vans, and cab chassis. We have what you want at PayneAutoGroup.com.
Locate to get us regardless.
At Rivetta's Machinery in Donna, they're bringing the best deals on Coyote equipment to your job site, your farm, or your backyard. Right now, take advantage of 0% interest or up to $6,000 cash back on Coyote track loaders and skid steers. These are machines built for maximum performance no matter the task. But don't stop there. They're also offering fantastic savings on Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles. And whether you're hauling something, mowing, tackling other big jobs, Coyote has the equipment to help you get it done. If you're looking for great deals and great service from a team that treats you like family, look no further than Rivetta's Machinery and Coyote. Start your next project right. Visit Rivetta's Machinery in Donna or browse their deals when it suits you at mynewtractor.com. That's their website, mynewtractor.com. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
It's Houston Astros baseball later tonight as they host the Chicago Cubs. First pitch at 7:10. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, Mission Economic Development Corporation, and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
I'm Trevor Beck with your TSN Sports Minute. Astros threw a gem of a game yesterday, starting with their starting pitcher, Hunter Brown. Hunter went 7 scoreless innings, striking out 9 batters, giving up only 3 hits and 0 walks. And he got his ERA down to 1.74, which leads the MLB. And the bullpen did the rest.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss! Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Nick Castellanos, as the Astros break out the brooms against the Phillies. Sweep the 3-game series, winning this afternoon 2-1. Hold the Phillies to 1 run in the series, as the Astros have now won 4 in a row and have a 6-game lead over the Mariners in the AL West.
Astros face the Cubbies tonight at 7:10. And the Dallas Stars yesterday made sure they kept their captain around for at least one more season. Jamie Benn has signed a 1-year deal for $1 million base contract. He does have several incentives, which could have him in the upwards of $3 million based on games played and how far the Stars make it in the playoffs. But the captain will be present for another Stanley Cup push. I'm Trevor Beck with your TSN Sports Minute.
KURV, your 710 KURV exclusive AccuWeather forecast. That's all right, Freddie. Highs today should be mid-90s. Same thing tomorrow. Low 90s Sunday. And then Monday, upper 80s. That's the call from AccuWeather. Isn't that awesome? Upper 80s for highs on Monday. Right now it's 76 degrees in Mission, Texas at 710 KURV HQ. Border Bridge wait times as posted on KURV.com. Let's see here. 30 minutes, Hidalgo Bridge, 30 minutes at the Far Bridge. And McAllen, Brownsville, they still need to update their bridge numbers. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. A huge announcement from Ford and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. 2025 those big Super Duty trucks, 2025 models, they're being recalled. There might be a problem with the braking system. They say stop driving those things. Wow. We'll give you details next on 710 KURV.
Progressive. Protect your auto, home, and business with Progressive and get 24/7 coverage. See if you can save at progressive.com.
JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment still celebrating Kubota Orange Days. Just a few more days. That means big savings for you and great financing options on the Kubota equipment that I suspect that you need at the ranch, at your palatial estate, those zero-turn mowers, of course, those tractors, and the other awesome vehicles from Kubota. At Amigo Power Equipment in Edinburgh, JP and Jeff have Kubota factory-trained pros on site and will help you match up whatever it is that you need to do at the lease, at the ranch, with the right equipment and all those attachments, from digging up dirt, pushing dirt, putting up some fencing, some fences, or maybe chopping up stuff out in the fields. Trust Amigo Power Equipment for the Kubota equipment that you need. America's favorite compact tractors. It's Kubota. You'll find them at Amigo Power Equipment. Great financing and big savings taking place right now at Amigo Power Equipment. Don't miss this chance to save on Kubota during Kubota Orange Days at Amigo Power Equipment, Edinburgh on Monte Cristo.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that and more. If you're worried about things like low testosterone, Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area, call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen, 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wine. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Investors will watch this morning for data from the May reading of Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. Economists polled by Dow Jones expect the index to tick 0.1% higher on the month and 2.3% higher from a year ago. Data drops in 10 minutes. European auto stocks notched gains this morning as investors reacted to the White House saying the deadline for country-specific tariffs to come into effect could be extended. Top movers in the sector included Porsche and French vehicle part supplier Valeo, both up 2.2%, as well as Stellantis, which also gained 2%. Mercedes-Benz shares jumped 1.6%. The Wall Street Journal reports that President Trump is considering announcing his pick to succeed Fed Chair Jerome Powell earlier than expected as the two butt heads over interest rate cuts. Powell's term is supposed to run for another 11 months. Futures are slightly higher. Thursday, the Dow Industrials gained 404, the NASDAQ up 194. That's Your Money Now.
Another example of reshore, all this part of the tariff fight with China. GE Appliances with a big announcement this morning. They say that they will be spending $500 million to move most of their washing machine, the GE washing machine production, from China to Kentucky. That's about 800 jobs. And heads up, if you're driving a 2025, one of those big trucks, the Super Duty pickup trucks from Ford, 2025 Ford Super Duty pickup trucks, there is a call from the government to stop driving them. Again, 2025 Ford Motor Super Duty pickup trucks, the 250s, 350s, 450s, and 550s. There's some type of problem with the braking system. Your truck might not have a spring that is needed in the braking system, might lead to brake failure. Again, a call from the government to stop driving 2025 F250, 350, 450, and 550 Super Duty trucks. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. AccuWeather says highs today Mid-90s. Same thing tomorrow, mid-90s. Low 90s on Sunday. Chance of rain Saturday, Sunday. And then upper 80s for highs on Monday. Wow. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is Newstalk 710 KURV. Anything new, anything good at the box office this weekend? Find out from movie mom Nell Minow, in 4 minutes on the Valley's Morning News.
Pain management specialist Dr. Dennis Slavin on shoulder pain.
Our website is feelingbetteratLast.com because that's what people say as they leave my office. They really are feeling better at last. Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Slavin with some solid advice on achy shoulders. Shoulder pain is very common, very severe, and often interferes with activities we enjoy, such as golf, tennis, fishing, doing chores, or even daily tasks like combing our hair. The good news is that most of the time, office-based, image-guided treatments provide superb pain relief, and followed by a specific home exercise program can prevent the pain from returning, so you can be feeling better at last. Patients are amazed by the pain relief. They wonder why they waited so long to be feeling better at last. That's really the key phrase, what I specialize in. I'm good at getting you feeling better at last.
With offices in McAllen and Weslaco, Dr. Dennis Slavin is only a phone call away, and many say it's the best call they've ever made. Call 956-973-0565. 973-0565.
If you own a business, listen up. You've put in the work. You've built something great. And now it's time to think of the future. I'm Sergio Sanchez for the Rioplex Business Exchange, helping small business owners across the RGV connect with serious buyers online, privately, locally. The Rioplex Business Exchange at only $34 a month will list your business. That's right, only $34 a month to put your business on the radar of qualified investors. No commission, no middleman. You will also get access to free resources to learn your business's value, whether you're ready to sell or just exploring your options. Get 1 month free subscription with the discount code KURV. Visit RioplexBizX.com. That's RioplexBizX.com. Host your business, secure your legacy. Rioplex Business Exchange, where legacies find their next chapter.
News and weather information at your fingertips.
No more browsing for no apparent reason. No more mindlessly surfing on our laptops.
Log on to KURV.com. News Talk 710 KURV.
It is the finally Friday edition of the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. It's June 27th, 2025. Along with show producer Fred Cruz and AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nording, I'm Sergio Sanchez, and look at that, it's Friday. So that means we got movie mom Nell Minow taking us to the movies in just 2 minutes, so stick around. News on 710 KURV is a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Hi, Mom. Can you pan down your camera a little bit? And is that movie dad in the background? That's okay. He could be on there. We want to say hi to movie dad. All right. Let me get you on with Serge. Hang on.
They're laughing.
That's Connecticut Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal, and the Trump administration is searching for the person who leaked classified intel, claiming the operation missed its mark. America's listening to Fox News.
The morning news on News Talk 710 KURV is also at Radio Para Mi. Download that free app. And this from the Defense Department, the Defense Chief Pete Hegseth, directing the creation of a defense area around here, Cameron and Hidalgo County. Military personnel will now be allowed to detain anyone who crosses the Rio illegally, heads to the United States. And SpaceX responding to Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum. She threatened legal action against Elon Musk and SpaceX for that recent blast, that explosion at Starbase, saying, in her words, contaminated northern Mexico with debris. SpaceX pushing back, saying it is non-toxic debris, and asked the Mexican government to help recover some of that debris. Every Friday on News Talk 710 KURV. You know what that song means? It's time for Mom, movie mom Nell Minow. And if you can join us at 710 KURV, YouTube Live and X Live and Facebook Live, you see beautiful Mom right now joining us on the morning news. And perhaps Movie Dad might be in the background walking around. Just make sure he's not in his underwear, okay? How's Movie Dad doing? Big hug to him as well. So is he looking forward to going to the movies this weekend? You got Formula One racing and Brad Pitt and all that this week.
Yeah, the Formula One movie is so much fun. While I was watching it, I kept thinking, this is kind of reminding me of Top Gun Maverick. Well, same producer, same director. And this time you got Brad Pitt, who takes his shirt off a lot. So instead of planes, we've got cars. Instead of military action, we've got races. But you are in the car going 200 miles an hour, 70 laps in Formula One racing.
Yeah.
Something that I never really understood about Formula One is how many people are involved. It's a huge team. And there are a lot of scenes in this movie of people just angrily taking off their headphones because things aren't going well. But yeah, it's exciting. You won't be surprised by anything that happens, but you'll enjoy it along the way. This is the very definition of what we look for in a summer blockbuster.
Would it be better in one of those like IMAX theaters?
Yeah, for sure. You want to see it in the IMAX. Absolutely. You want it as immersive as with the Dolby sound and all that. Absolutely. You want to hear that vroom, 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 vroom.
What else is at the theater this week? Anything new?
Yeah, we got Megan 2.0. I'm obviously not going to go to that. But we got some good choices on streaming. Accountant 2 with Ben Affleck. John Barenthal joins the cast. All of the earlier Mission Impossible movies are now streaming on HBO Max. So if you are enjoying the last one, the most recent one, you can go back and see them all. That'll take your whole weekend. Sing Sing, one of my favorite movies from last year with Coleman Domingo in a movie based on the true story of a theater program for incarcerated men. It is so touching. Coleman Domingo just will steal your heart. I loved it. And then if you were watching the Oscars this year and you said, what is this Flow that just won the Best Animated Picture Oscar? I never heard of it. Well, you can watch it on streaming now. I do want to let you know there's no talking in it. It is a movie about animals and not talking animals, but just animals. But it is absolutely gorgeous. Definitely worth a look on streaming. Next week, I love this time of year. Next week, of course, the 4th of July. I hope you're going to talk to me early next week. Yeah. And we'll be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth. What is better than dinosaurs? It's dinosaurs with Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey, that gorgeous guy from Wicked.
Well, I was going to say dinosaurs with lasers. That was probably all right. Hey, I noticed the attention to detail, the little touch. Thank you for putting that little dinosaur picture I drew when I was a baby. You put it up there on.
We're very proud of you.
Right behind you. Yeah, I'm an artist. Yeah, that's what Mom would say. He's an artist. He's
an artist.
And I wanted disappointing her. I wound up in radio. Chihuahuas. All right. For you and Movie Dad, hug and a kiss.
Love you.
The rest this week, and love you, Mom. That's Movie Mom Nell Minow every Friday on 710 KURV. It's Mama's cooking. It is El Pato. Mama and Abuelita, Ama. The recipes of South Texas waiting for you. I know you're hungry right now, amigo. The solution is El Pato. ElPato.com. You can order online. Presto, it'll be ready by the time you get there. I phone it in. I give them specific instructions. Cheese on this and salsita for that. ElPato.com or phone it in. El Pato. Get those breakfast tacos. The patos made fresh. Chorizo, egg, potato, ham, bacon, cheese, refried beans. Even, let's say you're craving some barbacoa right now. My goodness, so delicious. Just nice and hot tacos waiting for you from El Pato, every single El Pato location. Everyday specials, different special every day, $5.99. Stack up those plates and check out this amazing special. It's a huge plate. Enchiladas, 2 of them, chicken or cheese with a beautiful yellow, tasty yellow cheese on it, rice and bean, the fresh flour tortilla with a beef fajitas, full of beef fajitas, and the drink. It's an amazing $9.99 special, limited time at every El Pato restaurant in the Valley.
People love their Mueller metal homes.
This is what we dreamed about, and we didn't really have a plan for the interior or the finish out. We just wanted the structure up, and we're taking it from there.
Looking at the sunrise in the morning, the sunset at night, just what we love.
I use Mueller because they make a superior product.
This is our home. This is our forever home.
I'm enjoying every minute of it and seeing it all come together, and one of these days I'll get her done.
Find out more at MuellerINC.com.
Many years before the Lord called my parents home, they had to sit down with me and from someone special who came to them, had a conversation about pre-planning and prepaying. That time when the Lord said, it's time to punch out, time to come home. And then you got that gathering with family, you got that funeral event, and it is an event, and it requires a lot of decisions that need to be made. I thank God that my mom and dad, for their only son, yours truly, they say, we need to do this. Very loving thing to do. I invite you to call Carla McCaleb from the McCaleb Funeral Home clan, 60 plus years. Mark and Carla, the McCaleb family, pillars in our community. They've loved on families for 60 plus years. In that time of separation, trying to make things as easy as possible. And I'd say you can make things a heck of a lot easier on your immediate family. I know you love. Just ask Carla McCaleb to come to you. McAllen, Harlingen, Brownsville, Mission, Edinburgh, wherever you are, she or a family member can come to you and help make all those decisions, set up prepayment, boom, it's done. That way your family can just focus on loving each other when the Lord says, time to come home. Pre-plan, prepay, Carla McCaleb, her cell number, 956-650-2841.
When it comes to bad weather, being prepared is half the battle. The other half, leave it to Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and AC. Be prepared this hurricane season and don't let anything take the power away from you, not even the weather. It's never too early to prepare for hurricane season. At Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and AC, we want to help you stay ahead of the storm. Give us a call at 956-686-1353. That's 956-686-1353. Or visit callmightymike.com. We can help you come up with a plan. That's callmightymike.com. Mighty Mike to the rescue.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the Cal at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Be part of the KURV family. Like us on Facebook at 710 KURV.
AccuWeather says highs today, mid-90s. Same thing tomorrow. Low 90s on Sunday.
Summer is heating up, and so is our local economy. From sizzling business deals to community connections, News Talk 710 KURV and the Radio Potami app are here to keep you in the know. Download the Radio Potami app to stay informed and entertained. Whether it's local market updates, summer events, or the weather, we've got you covered. Support local, stay connected, and tune in to the pulse of Rio Grande Valley business. News Talk 710 KURV.